Saying it to you again. Okay.
All right, everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. We are live out here in Internetville.
We
What
are.
state is Internetville in?
What state is Internet World?
Internetville.
Internetville, would you say Google World?
I would say North Dakota. I don't know why. I want to cap North Dakota.
Interesting.
Yep. Anyway, Karen Lee, sorry, even though you live in South Dakota, and to any of our viewers in North Dakota, we kid because we love to kid. Oh, hey, 9 minutes to kill. It's going to go too quick.
I know, guys. Hey, if you're watching our show, make sure that you tell us you're watching the show.
Tell us who you are, where you're from. We already got 2 people watching right now. And knowing all the channels we're streaming to. Oh, Carol Ann's on. Hello, Carol Ann from Fallbrook.
Hey, Carol Ann. Woo!
Hey, Carol Ann's on. Matter of fact, should I say the thing about Carol?
No.
Oh, darn it. Carol Ann, we'll
No.
address your situation a little later.
No. Shh. Don't say anything. You might ruin it.
Anything.
Don't say anything. No.
Anything. Reverse psychology.
You see, guys, this is the kind of crap I deal with.
Yeah, well, that's what you get for putting it out on Craigslist.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
Craziness.
There's nothing goodness about you. I'm getting up the live feed. Make sure that we're good on the Facebook thing.
Let's see, I'm sharing. I didn't hear what you just said because I had to.
I'm just checking out. I have a split screen where I'm looking at both our feeds on Facebook and another one on YouTube. Just to make sure everything's streaming okay. Looks like it. Hoorah. I can see some of the comments people put up. Loving the banter right tonight, you two. Well, thank you very much, Carol Ann. You're in the banter too. Bant is like volleyball. One of us spikes it every so often, goes over the net, and we're going, score. So far, I'm winning. All right, we got 4 people watching. Folks, let us know who you are. So far, we got Caroline sounding off. We still need the El Presidente of the Friday Ninja Monster Hunter Squad for Late Night Craft Talk. And here we go. So tonight we're covering, y'all know about the internet. You obviously know how to sign on. Y'all know how to get onto Facebook. You know how to watch the show. But we're going to be talking about the stuff you do on Google. It's not just a search engine. It's not just powering, like, say, your Android system on your smartphone. There's other stuff you can do with Google. And we're going to be covering some of the cool stuff. It'll surprise you what you can actually do on the services that have been around for a while. We're totally going to get into all the details about how to do Google Hangouts. Pause. Wait for reaction. Yes. Svea. Is Svea going to react to Google Hangouts comment?
Google Hangouts. Wait, say it again. I'm like sharing stuff right now. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to share? What
Pay attention to the show.
Pay attention to the show.
Yes. Well, I said Google Hangouts. All right. For those of you who don't know, Google, not too many years ago, thank you, Carol Ann, for sharing. Google Hangouts was Google's attempt to make a social media network to outdo Facebook.
No, that's not right.
No?
I'm going to correct you.
Do please.
They called it Google Plus.
Google Plus, that's it.
Before all the pluses like Disney Plus, Apple Plus, HBO Plus, Google is the originator of the Plus.
Well, let's just say when they tried to do Google Plus, it didn't add up.
Mm-hmm.
It did not go well. What was Hangouts then? That's just the
Google Hangouts is like a chat feature.
That's what I thought. Okay.
We're going to go through all of this together.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I want to see if Google Plus is still active, or is it completely gone now? I'm looking.
I know we had a Dancing Bear Google Plus, but it's like I never posted stuff on there.
Well, I remember there was some people that said they're getting tired of Facebook and changing it around. It's not good for all of us that aren't computer literate. We're going to go to Google Plus, and that's where we're going to go. And you'll see me there from now on. And like some people are moving their podcasts and stuff over there for like 3 or 4 months, and then it just kind of petered away because not enough people went over there.
Then they're like, whoops, I'm back on Facebook.
Yeah. Google Plus. Yeah, it's still got an app going. You can download an app.
Interesting.
And then you have Google Currents. I wonder if that's their version of LinkedIn. Oh, we'll learn new stuff. We'll go do a show about what you could do on Google. We better hold back on this. So of course, we're doing a little exploratory, a little discovery right now. And what's that?
Where in the world is Maya?
Maya, where are you? I see you're commenting on my was that you just commented on my Twitch? Gotcha.
She's gonna be on one of those platforms.
Gonna be on one of those. I'm gonna try. Let's see here.
That's really funny. So I'm just gonna highlight this. Where in the world is Maya?
I just commented on my own Facebook channel.
Yeah.
Where are you, Maya? Where we'll search you, we will find you, and we will drag you over here.
We will. Yes, we have to find her. I don't know where she is.
All right.
I know. Like Carolina's like
Maya. Terminator, go find Maya. Bring her back. 3.5 minutes till we go, till we start. Oh, get ready for countdown to go.
I'm finishing my late night snack.
What is your late night snack?
It's this really good kind of crunchy. They call it a caramel cocoa bar.
You guess what I got?
Flaming Hot Cheetos.
No.
Cracker Jacks.
I like my Cracker Jacks. I don't really do Cheetos. The Flaming Hot Cheetos, not so much. I was watching some TikTok video. This dude, what was it? God, come on, memory kick in. The dude's eating okay, now remember, there's this ER doctor that goes in and just tells like short stories and he acts it out as a skit. And he says, "Hello, welcome to the ER." And he's got this other patient, which is him dressed in other, wearing glasses or clothes, or whatever to distinguish it's a different person. And he's eating these Cheetos going, "I have an upset stomach and I really hurt." And the guy's going, "Okay, is there anything you ate?" He goes, "No." And he just keeps on eating these Flaming Hot Cheetos. He goes, "Could it be the Flaming Hot Cheetos?" The guy goes, "No, I love these. What would they do to me?" After eating a lot of Flaming Hot Cheetos. So you home?
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Focus, Svea, focus.
I know. I had so much going on today.
I know you had to do that big shipment.
Yeah.
To the store next door. No.
But I was also working on powwow stuff, so that made it difficult.
Oh, it's no kidding. Last week was all getting ready for Lakeside. Now I'm building up to Paula Koopa Days next weekend, and you got Stanford, your big one.
I know. It's just crazy because I think people don't realize how much work goes into. I think they just in general don't realize how much work goes into prep for powwows.
Oh, for me when I do it. We'll have to continue the conversation another minute because that's good to carry on with the show right there. But it's weeks for a 2-day show, 3-day show. It's weeks worth of work.
Yep.
And then I got to clean my cases. We'll talk about it here after because we're only.
I know. It says we have a bunch of people watching. Hey, if you haven't done it yet, if you could comment in the chat, tell us who you are and where you're watching from, because I see we have more people watching that have actually replied here. So,
or that you've all elected Carol Ann, which is actually kind of a good thing. Heck of a cool ways is Carol Ann Blackwood is your spokesperson.
I know.
Carol Ann's got like a party line going on. Hold on. I'll type this right now. And yes, Carol Ann is also one of Maya is. All right, we are 20 seconds from countdown. Actually, that'd be 25 seconds. Dang you, math. And the clock's moving too quick for me to do the breakout calculator. All right.
Okay.
Almost getting ready. I'm going to warm up. I'm going to do a little warm up.
I know.
10, 9, 8, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 0. I gave my warm up. You ready? Savannah is so awesome. She doesn't need to warm up. All right, here we go. And starting at 10,
9,
8,
7,
5, 4,
3, 2,
1.
1.
Showtime!
Woo-hoo!
It's time for Late Night Craft Talk with hosts Svea Yang and James Hermes. On this week's show, stuff you can do on Google. Hey, what do you call Google Hubcap? Google Chrome? It's time to start the show. All right, how you doing, Svea?
I'm doing good. You guys, I don't think you realize it, but every day that we record the show, we jam out to that song. Let me tell you, we jam out.
Oh, let me tell you, I will go on the other side of this seemingly infinite background and we'll do a mosh pit.
We just like jam out on it. It's so much fun to dance to that song. I can't even tell you how many times I've danced to that song.
Oh, we both do every week. When the audience doesn't see us during the pre-show banter, and this is what it looked like. Here's Svea going, and here I'm just going. I mean, we are dancing.
Yeah.
And it just seems appropriate since this is the third weekend of music festivals in India, anyways. We're now at Coachella. All right, show reminder.
Yes. So, hey, everyone. We do this show every week on Friday, and it is lively broadcast from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Of course, you can always watch it afterwards. I don't know if you know this, but there's a whole treasure trove of late night craft talks that you can watch. If you want to binge and watch tons and tons and tons and tons of them, they're on our Facebook pages, they're on our YouTube channels. So, I mean, you could seriously see the most interesting shows that we've talked about, all kinds of good stuff. And make sure to like and subscribe to our show on all the different channels that you like. You'll get notified when we do have any live videos. And that's a really good way to kind of keep track of us. And of course, we do it every week for fun, to get you guys excited about all kinds of cool stuff, talk about interesting things. And of course, we try to at least make sure you think about our business a little bit.
Business. Oh, yeah. Those things that pay our bills so we can do late night craft talk every Friday.
Exactly. So, hey, James, what's going on?
All right. With Elk Rack, we had Lakeside Rodeo, our first full-on show since the start of the pandemic. Lakeside had changed to 4 days. They used to be the rodeo used to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and now they've changed to Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, and 4 days. First time I've done a 4-day show in a while, quite a while. Usually it's 3-day powwow or whatnot. Sometimes you come in a day early, leave a day late, whatever, but not show. And it was fun. I mean, saw a lot of people we haven't seen in a while. It was quite the weekend. We had over 20,000 people collectively attend the rodeo over the 4 days. 3 of the 4 performances were sold out. Excuse me. Friday night, Saturday was sold out. Sunday, dang near, and Thursday, very close. So, pretty fun weekend. A lot of weather. I think those of you that are on my Facebook saw that we were supposed to have a lot of rain with the storm coming through that was hitting most of California Thursday night of last week, so a week and a night ago. And the rain came in just as we were closing the booth, and it was like 10 o'clock at night. We started getting the first sprinkles. Usually I have a brand new Easy Up, 10 by 10 Easy Up. We got it in like Wednesday. Boom, it's out of Lakeside. We're using it the next day. And usually I take this big tarp that's like 25 by 25 and I fit it over the top of the booth. It fits over some extensions used for shades, and it brings all the water so it doesn't collect on the awning, on the Easy Up awning itself. It lengthens the lifespan of the awning by quite a bit. Well, I grabbed the wrong tarp, and the tarp I used, I shouldn't have loaded up pictures. I don't have it now, but I grabbed a tarp. It was slightly too large. It was a 27 by 43 foot tarp.
Oh, wow.
It was big enough. It almost went to the ground on every side of the booth. And we had a 5-foot extension at the back.
Wow.
We put shake cloth and other tarps as a kind of an area to kick back and store boxes. It was huge. It did its job. It did it great. Matter of fact, we came in the next morning. every vendor almost had a little bit of water damage, mostly just from water pulling on their easy up. We didn't have that. But when we packed up that giant awning, it could have been a sail for the Titanic. And the wind was blowing. It was quite, I'm just like, wad it up. We swatted it up and it went into a big pile on Saturday when it was dry.
You know what? Honestly,
yes.
Honestly, we've done that with our canopy covers. We're like, okay, let's clean this whole thing. I'm just going to throw that in the van like that. I'm just like,
that was kind of us.
Yeah.
And then, just some fun adventure stories. There's another one that on Saturday, the press came around. And since we were already there, because we usually come in at gates don't open until like 5:30. And we should come in around 9:30, 10 o'clock and start working on inventory, working on orders, whatnot. And there's a lot of them right now. So we come in and Melody Varag, who's been on our show, she's a regular viewer and she's been on the show a couple times to talk about Lakeside Rodeo. She's in charge of vendors and I'm part of the rodeo committee there. Comes up and goes, yeah, the press is here. We want them to interview you. You got 5 minutes to open your booth and they're going to start interviewing. I'm like, oh, okay. Move the truck, take the tarps along with that big wadded one that we had from the night before and wad all the tarps, throw them behind the booth. And from there, it doesn't take long to open once we do that. And then we're ready, wait a couple minutes, press comes over and a lot of good questions, but I was on the news.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah, it was kind of fun. And actually people coming up going, we saw you on the news. Do you sell t-shirts? And I'm going, maybe you should. They interviewed, I did a tour of the booth. The news story, they're showing a lot of pictures of inventory, the artwork in the booth. A lot, this 2.5 minute newscast broadcast. A lot of their B-roll is just the booth, some of the rodeo, and a lot of the booth. And I've got a person came up and asked, oh, I saw you in the news. Where are the rodeo t-shirts now? They thought I was selling the rodeo t-shirts. I'm like, you're like, Elk Rack. No. And I just went, they're selling the rodeo t-shirts over there where it says rodeo t-shirts. Oh, yeah. Whoopsie. No, it was the look. It was the look going, what? Did you saw the news report, apparently glanced at it. I'm surprised they didn't come to one of my dream catchers that they glanced at that in the news report, walk up the dream catcher, goes, I love your interview. Where's the t-shirts? Did the dream catcher. I thought the joke's not falling flat. It is not falling flat. Folks, let me know in the comments that joke did not fall flat. Anyway, so fun weekend, but we're now gearing up for Koopa Cultural Days at Paula Reservation next weekend. And Dancing Bear's got a lot going on here, I bet. You were really building up. It's been a little bit busy. Starting in January of 2020, that was the last powwow that we were at where we had a full vendor space. And we really realized that there's no way we're going to be able to keep our inventory at the levels that they were at until we don't know when the powwows are going to come back. So for the last 2 years, we've been selling our powwow inventory. Every time we get orders, we don't necessarily maintain almost a double inventory because why? I mean, why maintain a double inventory, So there's a lot of stuff it's stuff we order all the time, but we definitely were ordering a double inventory when we had powwows every month, And so there's a lot of product that we just stopped carrying or just stopped ordering just because legitimately, why order that much? So our inventory in our powwow booth had really been kind of disassembled over the past 2 years. And so, and when we did Verona last year, when we did Bishop last year, it's kind of like, we kind of did a partial of our vendor space, and our vendor space before the COVID was 20 by 20. We literally filled that entire space, a 20 by 20 space with as much table and merch that we can possibly remotely fit into that small space.
And so Stanford is a little bit of a smaller setup. We're restricted to 15 by 10 by 20.
Yeah.
Which isn't a big deal. We definitely can still do it, but we had already been talking about reducing the amount of stuff that we have that we bring to all the powwows, just because our setup is like 4+ hours and our takedown is 3+ hours. And like, that's just a lot of setup and takedown, especially like my mom,
because you don't have that recent experience.
Yeah, and then my mom, she has a hard time lifting things, and I actually have a shoulder injury, so I can't really lift stuff. Like, my shoulder hurts really bad.
You give too many hugs.
It's also the fact that I fell flat on my face ice skating in December.
So your shoulder's still hurting from that?
Yeah. Well, when I'm sure you want to know this, but when they x-rayed my shoulder, they saw that I had a bit of arthritis developing in my shoulder, and they're like, well, your age. I'm like, okay, I'm not that old. But I think
29.
the fact that I fell and injured my shoulder, that's why. And you hear stories of people when they injure their body, they end up having pain in their body later in that area. It's because when you get injured, you're injured.
That is so very true, because when I was younger, I actually accidentally inflicted some injury on people, and they still definitely know it's a pain in the ass.
They're like, this is the James.
Got it.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Well, luckily for me, any injury, I did have some pretty serious falls and injuries when I was younger, more wild days, but I don't feel it because every time it was on my head, I fell on my head.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your head's made of wood, and eventually, it might develop some cracks, but it's still like,
it's not really wood, it's more concrete and rock.
Oh, okay.
My head's this thick, which means
it has an outside wood shell. It has like an outside wood shell with concrete and debris matter inside.
Debris matter is one polite term to put what I have for brains. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Hello, Wendy.
So
I saw your news clip on the rodeo. Thank you, Wendy. Because I remember saying I was on the news and Svea wasn't. Anyway, Caroline Lowell.
James, do you want to talk about how many times we've been on television? Because I mean, I don't know, but I think I probably can beat you.
Okay, how many?
Okay. Anyway, we can maybe address that later. But so this
I'm on TV and a news report on average about 4 times a year.
I think that I've been on
4 or 5.
I've been on TV probably over 25 times on a weekly, monthly spot.
Okay. Are you running a commercial?
No, it was a craft segment that I was on, and I would show people how to do all kinds of DIY things. And I did that for it was crazy. I did it for a long time. It was on Fox, and then it went to
it's not competition. I'm just damn curious how many times you were on, because that's pretty dang cool.
Yeah, actually, I can show you later. I'll show you later. I'll give the link.
Totally. Collectively 4 or 5 times a year between kayaking or powwow, or something like that, or interview on something like that. And usually it's either mostly kayaking or something with general elections with Riverside Registrar voters.
Yeah.
That put me on in front of the press.
All of mine have been pretty much all crafting.
Gotcha.
And then also we were doing different craft shows, and we were promoting craft shows and stuff. So
pretty cool. All right,
anyway.
let's get on to the show now, because I want to get a conversation, compare notes later, because this is a really cool subject. But we got a subject for the show tonight. Shall we move on now?
Yes, let's move on.
All right. Tonight we're covering things.
Okay, wait. Let me turn the brand off. Hold on. Let me turn the brand off. Okay.
No branding.
Yes.
Especially, I should play video when I was out branding cattle once. All right. Unrelated, but still cool.
Yes.
All right. Things you can do with Google. A lot of you think that probably Google's just good for search engine.
Change.
And then maps.
Can you show the picture? Can you show our picture? Our really cool picture that we had of our show?
What?
Can you show the slide of our picture? Like the picture that said things you can do on Google?
I will bring it up right quick. Hold on.
It's really nice. You did that artwork every week, and it's like might as well show it inside the show. So James is a lot of work for the show, guys. I mean, I don't know if you know, he like records the thing every week, like that over voiceover. He records it every week for you guys, every week. And also in the end credits, he does little things that he hides inside the end credits every week.
Oh, yeah. There's more Easter eggs than people realize.
Yes. So you guys, we really love you. We always do all kinds of stuff to impress you.
All right, let me do a share screen right quick, and I'll show the screen. Make sure I got the right one. All right, share screen. Let's go with this one. Okay. Here is this week's slide for the show this week.
Yes.
Is that all you wanted?
Yeah.
Just to introduce the segment?
Show. Yeah, we should just show this every time. The stuff you can do on Google.
There we go. Okay. Now, the stuff you can do on Google, you know, a lot of you think is a search engine. Maybe you got a Gmail account. Maybe you have, you know, you just think of those few things, and then maybe Google Maps or Google Earth you can mess with. And we're going to be showing that tonight, too, and some cool stuff you can do that you probably didn't realize. Yes. So you think about that. But did you know you can use Google for everything from virtual reality or augmented reality art, which is the Oculus thing. I got one up here. I should show it, but I'm not going to grab it. Oculus, you can do AR artwork like that. You can set a telephone number. You can make phone calls through Google. We're talking like legit call a cell phone. And, you know, not to mention their messaging apps, their meetings, their Google Classroom, collaborative work. We're going to show that. So we're going to be digging into that a little bit, but I know there's got to be some viewers out there who realize how much they do. They knew they do more than just search engine, but it's quite broad and quite encompassing, and it's free. So, you want to show the first thing?
Yeah. So let me get this thing let's get this thing prepared really quick. I have something I wanted to show you guys.
Okay.
And it's pretty cool. I actually, let's see. I'm just trying to copy this. Hold on. Copy. Okay. Let me get this ready. So guys, what I have here, this is a kind of a cool thing that you can do. I know there's a lot of things you can do with Google, and then there's a lot of people that have no idea all of the really cool things you can do with Google. So this is one of the cool things that you can do. You can actually make a form using Google, and basically what it is you can make your own form and you can send it out to people. So you can make an invitation, you can make registration. So I'm going to see, what should we say? Svea and James.
What about Svea and James?
Okay, I'm filling out this form. Let's see. Leave your email. Okay, our email is latenightcrafttalk@gmail.com. And we're going to say, happy birthday. And then you click submit and it disappears. And guess what? It ends up in an actual form that the person that created the form can look at. So isn't that a cool thing?
And happy birthday, Carol Ann.
Happy birthday, Carol Ann. So everyone, I'm going to post the link to the Google Doc in our Google form. Okay, I'm gonna share this. So it's a big long form. It's in the comments in all of our feeds. Feel free to click that link and send Carol Ann a happy birthday message. So it's live right now, so you can actually leave a message for her. Isn't that fun? So I've used this form to do registrations. Not Carol Ann's form, but I've used Google Form to do registration for our bead retreat. I've done it for powwow registration. I've done it for signing up for memberships, signing up for like a party, like things you need to bring. There's all kinds of options. It is a really cool function. I really love it. I've used it so much. So many times I've used it. It's a really great form. You can also use it for surveys. Like you could put together a survey, ask a whole bunch of questions, and you can send the link out to everyone, and you can decide how you want to receive the responses. You can have it where people can see the responses. You can have the responses hidden. You can even put a payment link at the end. It's like, say you're doing registration, you do the payment link at the end so people pay for like the activity they're doing. It's pretty cool.
And you can, yeah, as you said, you can embed it in a website and whatnot.
Yeah, you can totally put it on a website.
Back when the pandemic first started,
Look
there
at
was what happened?
Carol Ann says, "Oh my gosh, thank you for the birthday greeting."
I just filled one out too, and I just did a said birthday greeting over to Carol Ann. Yeah. So when the pandemic first started, and the kids were work with in scouts and local schools were they were restricted from any in-person activities and whatnot. We did this thing on Zoom called virtual campfires. We actually did this one. We did a talent show. People would submit videos of themselves doing a specific talent. They'd send it in, and we appeared it that night. And we had a panel of judges, and then we had the crowd also serve as a judge. And we used Google Forms to collect it. And it's neat because you have this whole pie chart right there.
Yeah.
Breakdown of what percentage of what vote, who got what vote on this one, the way they lay it out. And it's real handy for behind the scenes stuff or the back end of a website or whatnot, just what you're using it for. Exactly. It was neat because we were doing it like live. It was like the old Nielsen ratings or something.
Yeah. And the thing is, a lot of people really like it. It's a really great way. You can do anonymous. You can do it where you require emails. I mean, there's so many cool functions you can put into Google Forms. I really recommend it. Like I said, I've used it so many times. And I had a friend show me once. She showed me about it. She taught me about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. There's so many things you can do with this.
Oh yeah. I'm going to bring up, I made a Google form for our audience to fill out, a neat little survey thing. We're going to bring it up later in the show so we don't mix up links, because we definitely want to get everybody saying happy birthday to Carol Ann. Yes. So I'm going to bring mine up towards the end of the show, and everybody can fill it in. And it's going to be fun how we see to see how the survey comes out with all, because I'm sure there's a lot of people right now filling out. There's probably like half of China's already sent Carol Ann birthday greetings.
I know, right? Like everyone. I mean, all the thousands of viewers that are watching our show right now, they're all sending Carol Ann a happy birthday wish, which is really cool.
Totally.
Yeah. So, hey, James, are there any other type of things that you use on Google for your business?
I'm going to touch on Google Voice. A lot of you probably don't know that if you have a Gmail account, it was an experimental feature for many years.
Huh? It's just a Google account.
Just a Google account.
Yeah.
Which if you have a Google account, you have a Gmail account anyways, automatically. This experimental feature was for several years until it finally came out. It's kind of scaled down. It's still active. It's not a legacy product, because sometimes they'll have old stuff they'll keep for a long time and then finally kill it off. And they still have some legacy stuff, but you can get a free phone number from Google. And I am going to share a screen right quick that shows one. Now, I mentioned a guiding business I'm starting with the Colorado River. I'm going to show that phone number because it's free advertising on the show and it's unrelated anyways. But let me share the screen right quick and show y'all what we do.
James.
This is it.
James. Hold on a second. Hold on.
What's up?
Maya.
Maya's on?
Maya's here.
Maya, where have you been?
I know, Maya. Right?
Svea, give the look, give the cold look right quick, and we're gonna do a Zoom. Maya, where have you been this show? We've been waiting for you. We've been worried. Don't do this to us, Maya. Don't. We care. All right, back to the show now.
Oh, well, you know what? Look at, see. Okay. We accept your apology. We accept it, and we take back what we just said.
Barely. You kept it straight through the most of that, Svea. Awesome. Okay. Back to Google Voice.
Yes.
Here we go. Okay. Now, it's going to be hard to see a lot of this. Let me see if I can do a little zooming in. Yeah, that'll help a bunch. Okay. So right here it's easy to set up. You just type in voice or Google Voice on the account that you're signed into. You'll see it. You get a chance to walk through. Carol Ann says, hi, Maya. All right. You get a chance to set it up, but when you do it, you actually get a choice of phone numbers. And you can choose your phone number to be in any area code, because it, those things are kind of area codes are almost like a legacy product right there in itself. You can see the internet, but you can pick like which one city it has, and then have it. You're assigned that phone number, and then you can actually use that to forward calls to your own cell phone, or you can actually port your cell phone number to the Google Voice. Those things legally can move with you. It's a pain in the butt, but you can do it. But like with this one, I set up this one to be, let's get calls. You can see where I've had a lot of prank. Let's just get rid of that. Voicemail calls right here. This is one that's one of my other Google Voice numbers. And
it says you're a dork.
Huh? It's what?
The voice message says you're a dork.
That's what I was sending, testing it from my cell phone. Matter of fact, let me bring up the number right quick. So
maybe it's one of your secret admirers.
No, it was me testing it, because when I sent something from like my satellite messenger, I'll message my phone and I'll just do something ridiculous and have this dumb conversation, because all I'm doing is testing stuff. All right, so you can see the number right there that I got. This is a number with a prefix for Palm Springs, California. And I have it linked to one device, one web, and then 2 phone numbers right here. Both of them are mine to go to a couple of different phones. So we have that. And you have the option of doing outgoing calls you can do through Google Voice. There's actually an interface that I'll show here in a minute that you can do the call, and you can either do it through the web interface through Chrome, or whatever you're using, or you can have it call your phone, and then it'll make the call to whoever you're calling. It's really customizable.
So it's
always
really
use my phone to place calls. What?
James, I don't know if you realized it, but when you do get a phone call from Google Voice, you can actually filter your calls.
Yes, you can. I'm going to show that.
Okay.
So you can make outgoing calls, always use phones, anonymous caller ID. That's not so good sometimes, because people might see a spam or unmarked, and they're less likely to answer it. And we're all cynical about receiving phone calls these days, anyways, because of spam risk.
Yeah.
You can do it, like I said. You can customize the phone calls. You can create call forwarding and create a rule. Get email alerts when you missed a call. How many of you get a call on your cell phone, and if it's not someplace or it's in the other room, you get an email alert? Not a lot. So you get that with here. You can screen your calls. You can have a person announce themselves, who it is, before it comes through to you. That way it won't be, hello, my name is Extend Your Auto Warranty, unless that's somebody's actual legal name.
Yeah.
Incoming options, show Google Voice numbers, the caller ID. We do that. And you go call history. Also, you can do your own custom course, custom voicemail greetings. And you can have it where you can get a transcription that goes to your email box, where you can, email your Gmail account or wherever you want it to go. You can actually call to listen, so you can listen to somebody as they're leaving the voicemail. You can hear it live, whether you want to answer them or not. So, make sure it's somebody named Extended Auto Warranty, or IRS officer. That's their also, name on their birth certificate. So you do a lot of that. As a matter of fact, let's see. Y'all, I'm going to show this number. There it is, 760-507-4705. It's a business number anyways. It's out on the internet for this new guiding business. But I am going to text it right quick. And we're going to see what it looks like when the text comes up. And I'm going to text back. Svea, you want to text it?
What? You want me, which one number? Text that number right now?
You're about to have a powwow and you got paid. I know you can pay attention.
No, I was looking at something else. I was listening to you. Let's see.
Okay.
760.
Well, anyway, so I'm going to text that right there. We're going to see it pop up.
4705.
Yep. So let's see that pop up. We got messages right here. And let's see it pop up. Hi, Bow South, because the name of the business is Bow South Expeditions. Text something right there. Hey, dude, you look a bit green today. And I just got an email that you texted me. So I'm going to text back right there going, you look all purpley in the face. How's that?
Okay.
All right, so it's easy right there. So we're doing it right through the web portal. Does it cost money? Only if you're making phone calls or sending phone calls that placing phone calls that require a long distance or
I think
international code. Otherwise,
international.
local, you're fine. Huh?
I think international. It's not anything like if you're calling New York. It's anything inside the U.S. I believe is
Anything inside the U.S. In some
yeah.
cases, Canada. Do they have a professional plan where you can actually have it where it says it calls your Google Voices dial 1 for accounting, dial 2 for extended auto warranty, dial 3 for IRS enforcement officers.
Yes,
You can
exactly
do
right.
that, and it's like $10 a month. We're actually going to try to do the paid plan so we can have it do that. But right now, for business, it has me to go when the person I'm working with is named Todd Davidson. When they call the number, it rings either of our phones. And then you have the little thingy right here, microphone settings, all that stuff. But you still have the calls where you can actually make the calls right here, and it'll go. I'm not going to do that online, but this is the customized stuff you can do with Google
Yeah.
that you won't have an option with a lot of regular smartphones.
Yeah.
Or it
So it's
doesn't.
pretty neat.
Oh yeah, and so you don't have those options with the smartphone. Or the thing is that you don't have it where it can take multiple phones as well as in front.
Mm-hmm.
Through a web portal, you can do it through your web browser. So, pretty neat feature. But there's some restrictions to Google Voice with phone numbers and whatnot, so people aren't going crazy with it and not using it as a burner phone number to again sell you an extended auto warranty. So that's what you can do with Google Voice. That's a good introduction. There's so much more, but we've only got so much time on the show.
Okay, let me show you something. Let's see. It's a new tab. Okay, so you can see right here that this is when you go to Google, this is like kind of like your just basics, right? So I don't know if you know about this. This is kind of a fun thing. They changed the image on just Google. So there now this is google.com. So if you go every day, there's a new image. Okay. So if you click the image, it actually will show you something about what the image is about. So I'm going to click this right here. Oh, here. I'm going to click this play button. And look it's showing a whole thing about Route 66. Isn't that kind of neat? So every day there's some information that they show every time, about different things. Actually, I don't think you can probably. So anyway, this is kind of cool, right?
What am I hearing?
I don't know. I turned it off because I don't want to worry about sound issues.
Understood.
But this is how. Okay, so when you go to Google, you can create a login. Okay. Now, if you look at this little box of little dots, when you click it, it actually opens up all these different things. These are all the different apps that you can use on Google. And there's even more. Okay. So right now, Google Drive is so cool. It's like you can save a whole bunch of online documents. You can even have collaborative online documents where you're creating a document with, say, a friend, and you can edit it with each other at the same time. Okay, here's Gmail, right? You can make all your calendar things. You can use Google Translate. You can use Google Photos. You can actually upload photos from your phone to Google Photos, and you can email those photos directly to people. Google Chat's really cool. That's actually what we use to communicate in our company. Duo is like a video. It's kind of like a Facebook Messenger where you can do a video. Docs, you can actually, it's like a Word document. You can make up your own Word documents. Hangouts is actually defunct. I can't believe they have this listed here still. Google Sheets is like Excel. Slides is like PowerPoint. Forms, I already showed you Forms. And the other one I want to show you guys is Google Earth.
Spend so much time killing time, and it goes by so quickly on Google Earth.
Mm-hmm. And then, by the way, I just want to let you guys know, this is in no way any advertisement for Google. We're not being paid. for this. We just thought this was really great information. A lot of people don't know that this service is practically free. Each Google account that you have 15 gigs of data that you can store photos, create documents, and whatever. It's free. That's pretty fantastic, honestly. And if you get it starting to fill up and you don't want to get rid of stuff, create a new Google account and you'll get another 15 gigs free.
I might have three or four or five Google accounts.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's so great. I'm just like so surprised at how awesome this platform is. I mean, we do so many things with other businesses. We do things with our website. We do things with all of the different bits of Google for business, which is really amazing. Okay.
Matter of fact, to tackle the elephant in the room right quick, when you were mentioning, we're not seeking sponsorship from Google. Maya does say I like cherry Pepsi was my dad's favorite soda, because we're not trying to, of course, solicit sponsorships from Pepsi. Anyway.
So the way that we keep track of the accounts is you can actually, this is the crazy part, you can click the upper icon. Actually, let me go back to the other page and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm going to, wait, let me go back to my share. It should still be there. Oh, it's not there anymore. Okay, hold on. Let me go to the share. I'll show you how you can do it. It's so easy. Okay, this new tab. Okay. So see how there's a little thing here? It says my Google account. These are all the different accounts. There's even more. They're all logged in. You just switch between them. I'm just clicking that off really quick because I don't want to give everyone my my Google emails and stuff. But that's the way to do it. And all of the accounts are logged in and you can just switch between the accounts. It's so easy. So like I have different accounts that are all there logged in and I can just switch between them. And they all have different passwords saved. So say you have a bunch of different websites you go to, you can save all the passwords there and it will keep it in only that profile. So it's nice if say you're creating, like say you're doing something for us, you're starting a new business, create a new Google account and you can actually put all of your vendors you're trying to buy from. You can do all of your stuff all in that place and then it keeps it all together.
It's easy to do the profiles. I do the same thing with my Google accounts. I have one per personal, one for the Boy Scout Venture Crew I run, one for Elk Rack, which I don't really utilize. I mostly just have as a backup. I actually use OneDrive for that kind of stuff from my Microsoft account. But I've got one for Bow South Expeditions, the guiding company. All those lined up, and each one's got its function and all that. And your web browser can automatically generate. I know Firefox does it, Chrome probably does it. That automatically can generate a numerical password for you and store it that way.
Oh,
I'd rather know what my password is.
James, quick question. Maya says, will Google Voice work on my Android phone?
Yes. If you go to the Play Store for Android, I'll show it right now. There is an app that will work. You'll have to follow the directions. It's pretty straightforward. The app will forward over to your phone, but this is the Google Voice app on your phone. And apparently, it wants to link my device. It's showing, that's my business number anyway, so it's all on the internet, so what the heck. You can enter your phone number, but yes, there is a app on your phone that you can use to call as your phone, as the Google Voice number, because it works through, your phone forwards the Google Voice number, goes from there. But understand, if you're using the Google Voice app, you're going through the internet. You're not going through the voice, the actual frequency. You're actually using the internet to make the phone call. There is a difference than just using a regular voice call on your cell phone. So there might be a little time to lag, but yes, you can use the Google Voice app on your phone. It works very, very much like the web portal when you're actually on your computer.
It works on iPhones too.
Yes,
so it works on Android and iPhone, just so you know.
Yeah, and what's nice is that it is natively Android system for Google. Because Google made and developed Android. Usually
Okay.
iPhones have the advantage of being a native app to a native hardware. Whatever that means.
Okay. So,
Parade around
hey
like
James.
all
Hey
right, what?
James. Do you want to do a game?
What kind of game?
Okay.
Do we want to play a Google game?
Yes, we're going to play a Google game.
Okay.
Okay. So we are going to go on, let's see, window. I have to go to a different window. Hold on. This one, this one. Okay. So I'm going to share this window right now. Wait, it's not there.
Okay.
Okay, that didn't work. Oh, wait, do you see it now? It says Happy Birthday, Carol Ann.
Yeah, what's the game?
Okay, so
Carolyn birthday game?
do me a favor. Go to earth.google.com.
Okay. I will do that now. Earth.google.com. And I accidentally hit caps lock.
Okay.
All right,
So
I'm there.
this is actually really cool because you can take your finger and you can spin the earth.
I have
Isn't
done
that
that.
cool? Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to click this little icon. Actually, I'm going to click this icon and then I want you to share it. And I want you to show what happens when you click I'm feeling lucky. Okay. So I'm going to click the little dice and I'm going to see what happens. Oh my
Chernobyl?
goodness.
Are you kidding me? Chernobyl? Wow. Your United States are nuclear.
Oh my goodness. How crazy
You are
is
hot,
that?
radioactive hot there, Svea.
Well, this is
Your
what's
vacation
cool about
spots are not normal.
Well, you know what? This is the best way to check out Chernobyl. It's not very, very radioactive.
So I don't want to spend any time there. I mean, if you go there, you're going to become the Hulk.
Well, I wanted to show you something kind of cool about this. So here, when you click more info, what it does, it actually brings you to a Wikipedia page about the information. And it talks about like the area, points of interest, etc. Isn't that kind of neat? So actually so there's two places to click. You click more info or you click Wikipedia, and Wikipedia will bring you to a informational page about Chernobyl. So isn't that kind of cool?
Totally.
Okay, so James, I want you to try. Why don't you share the page and show us what you get?
Let me get it up right quick because I actually loaded up on my laptop, but I'm on my desktop right now. So let's get that going. So let's type in earth.google.com.
I thought you went already.
This is on my laptop.
Oh.
Server not found. Earth.google.
But the thing is that Google Earth has really improved over the past
Hugely.
10 years because what they do is they take satellites that go around the Earth and they take detailed photos. And it takes so much time to take the pictures that, at a certain point, it takes them so long to get back to that same point that they're actually going to be doing, So are you at Google Earth?
I'm at Google Earth. I'm about to hit the dice. Let's see where we go.
Click the dice.
Flying along. We'll make this long. We got to move on to the next subject. Apparently, I was in Michigan, and I'm going to the UK.
So what is
Island? Caldy Island.
Wow.
Caldy Island is a small island near. Wait, it ain't Chernobyl. Caldy Island is a small island near Tenby, Pembrokeshire, Wales. Oh, okay, it's in Wales. That's what I thought. Less than 1 mile off the coast, with a recorded history of going back over 1,500 years. There's a lot. Kind of cool place. But it ain't Chernobyl. Let's try one more time just to see where we go in the world. We are going from the UK to Eastern Europe, it looks like. It's like we're going to Russia, Czech Republic.
What's the
Dvora
location?
Králové Zoo.
Oh, it's going to a zoo. That's pretty cool.
It looks like a couple of rhinos in the picture right there.
Cool. Okay, let me share mine. Let's see what I get.
Okay.
Okay. It's weird. It came off. Oh, you know what I need to do next time? I know. I need to just remove it, not stop sharing. Okay. So I'm going to click I feel lucky again. Let's see what happens. Apparently, we're going to Paris, France. We're going to St. Louis Church on the island. St. Louis en Ile is a Roman Catholic parish church located at 19 Rue St. Louis en Ile on Ile St. Louis. I'm going to say on Ile St. Louis in the 4th arrondissement of Paris, France. It opened in 1726. It's pretty cool. Like, I actually really enjoy doing this. We were doing this a few days ago. James and I were testing it out, and it's so much fun because you could just be, just be a world traveler and just click it. I'm feeling lucky. Where am I going to go now? Apparently, we're going to Mount Baba in Australia.
Not known for its high mountain ranges, except for the snowy mountains.
Mm-hmm. It's just so interesting, isn't it? Like, okay, see where the next one we're going to go. Yay, we're going to Japan. I don't know if you can see we're going to Japan. Mount Miwa. And actually, it's interesting if you look at the quality of the images, they definitely are different because some of them, they're very, the pictures I noticed aren't as good. Like I noticed in Malaysia, the pictures aren't as good, or in Cambodia, the pictures aren't as good. But then when you go to areas like London, if you go to Austria or Japan, or a lot of areas that are a lot more populated, that there's actually really good 3D images of the landscape.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I did notice because when I was going to a couple of these things, so we're going to Madrid, Spain now. See how it's looks a little bit more 3D, where you can actually see the deep depth in the buildings. Sometimes some of the pictures I noticed, they're very flat. Like there's like it's a flat image, and you can actually see that there's a slant to the building. But some of the newer ones, I think they're a lot more 3D rendered, so you can actually see the depth. Like some of these houses have like a courtyard. It's really cool. Just something that.
And something is can I go ahead and show one right quick?
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me remove from the stream. Okay.
One thing is just going through is like just doing the geography. You can look, and we need to move on from Google Earth after this. But one thing I love going through is just looking for a new place to hike. And if you look over here outside of Las Vegas, Mojave Desert, all desert. If you scroll down, and I've been here before, I was actually stayed here during a friend was working there during a powwow in UNLV in the late 90s. Mount Charleston Peak. Those are actually like a pine forest. Think like high mountains, Rockies, with pine trees and all that, and snow-capped mountains. Yeah. About less than an hour outside of Las Vegas.
Wow.
There's a ski resort there. And if you can see it there, you got Mount Charleston, you got a mountain range over here with pine trees and everything. These are called sky islands, which means there's an island of habitat of green, of snow. It's completely surrounded by desert. You've got alpine species and flora and fauna, plants, animals that you'll see in different climate zones that are wetter, completely surrounded by desert, a different one. And hence that's called a sky island. And there's a bunch of them. I love visiting one in Mount Charleston. That's another great one. There's several out in the Mojave Desert. Surprisingly, there's 9,000 foot peaks out in the Mojave Desert in some places. Definitely many peaks over 5,000 feet that you'll start getting that bristlecone pine and whatnot. Yeah. And just to look what's there way out in the desert is another thing you can find out. Just the discovery, what's around you, because I use this a lot of places to go look for canyons to go hiking on Google Earth.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the questions Maya is asking is it an app that I can download? There is an app.
Yes.
There's an app you can download. Sometimes it doesn't work on browsers, and it could be a tablet situation that it doesn't work on a tablet, like on the browser, but you have to actually download the app because it's very complex. It requires a lot of data. So it could be that the processor, if you try to go through like Google Chrome or Explorer or whatnot, you may have a hard time using that platform so you probably have to get the app. So, but yeah, it's really cool. It's pretty neat. You can see all kinds of cool stuff. You really can. And I had so much fun doing that because it's just like, wow, what are we going to learn today?
Yeah, there's only so much we can cover. It's already 10:51. We got a couple more things to wrap up.
Yeah.
Okay. We again, there's so much you can do with Google. We just barely scratched the surface of what's offered. Yeah. We give you some good insights. One thing I want to go ahead and do is I mentioned the other Google form that we're going to be releasing. And right now, if everybody watching, whether it be our Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook channels, here's a link to a fun little quiz about late night craft talk. And let's see if we can get a few of you to answer. And we're going to go over. And I got to sneeze right quick. Hell of a time to sneeze. Anyway, wow. Okay, that was a big sneeze. Anyway, so let's have some of you answer that and start. Click on it, do the link. Like I already see, we've got a couple of answers already, but I'm going to go through what's on there right quick and walk through it with everyone. So let me do a little share screen right quick. So what's neat that's kind of an important reminder right here is, let me zoom in on this. Late Night Craft Talk Scientific Survey, our super sciencey survey to quiz our super sciencey late night craft talk audience.
Yeah. You going to put the link in the chat?
Chat link has already been posted.
Oh, okay.
On some destinations.
Here, I'm going to show it right now. Yeah, so it's kind of like a weird looking thing. It says forums.gle. That is the link to do the Late Night Craft Talk Scientific Survey.
Science CC survey. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, right there is, folks, we're going to go through the first question. How many years has Late Night Craft Talk been playing on the internet? How many years? Because this is actually an important night. The last Friday in April. It's our this is the start of our second anniversary. We've been on the show 2 years now.
Oh, gosh. I can't believe that. Well, you know what that means? We've done 104 shows.
Yeah. No kidding.
It's a lot.
I've been wondering if we're going to be talking about our anniversary show, and this is it.
We're like, well, what should we talk about this week? I'm like, I don't know.
Well, it's been the back of my head, but a year ago we were a lot less busy because of the pandemic. Now all of a sudden we're like, it takes a lot of time to get the highlight reels. We have to work on that for a couple months to get the highlight reels for our nice anniversary show and plan it out. And we'll still probably do a highlight over the summer. That was a lot of looking back and working on that one. So totally talking with food in my mouth. All right. So it's been 2 years. What delicious pastries does James's mom drop from a helicopter? I'm not going to do that, but donuts, fry bread, pizza, or cookies? And the next one is, are you a human or an alien from outer space?
Okay.
Check box, human or alien. And then we have, how do you rate Svea as one of the hosts of Late Night Craft Talk? 1 is the worst and 5 is the best. I'm going to mark a 5.
Okay.
And we go to, how do you rate James as one of the hosts of Late Night Craft Talk? 1 is excellent and 10 is supreme excellent. I'm going to mark a 10. And Star Wars or Star Trek? Which one should I do?
Star Wars.
Okay. Well, the options are Star Trek or more Star Trek.
I'd say my answer is Star Trek. I would choose the other option, which you forgot to add.
No. This is science. I'm submitting. Now let's see how many we've had submitted so far. Let me go over and hop on this. We've had so far, let me look up the rate. Well, run response so far.
Yeah,
Folks, get on here a little bit, unless I need to refresh the page. Let me try refreshing the page.
Okay, so hey, James.
Yeah, it's about that time.
I'm not trying to change the subject, but I want to show something before.
Totally.
Okay, so guys, or James, look at your shared documents on Google Drive.
Okay. I've already got the show notes up. I was going to do that in case we.
It's called Late Night Chat.
Late night chat?
Yes. I just want to share this. I think this is really cool. Okay.
There it is. So what Svea is typing, for those of you who can't really see if you're watching on a small cell phone screen, she says, this is proof that James doesn't like small kittens or puppies, and he has a bias toward kittens and puppies. That makes no sense, folks.
So
that's just crazy talk.
What's really cool about this is like you can create an interactive document that you can talk with each other on. So like, for example, you can see James is going to type a sentence. I just typed a sentence.
Folks, even when we do our show meetings, we might be quiet as much as like 5 minutes when we're typing down the show notes, talking to ourselves, even though we're live, like, in a conference, usually through Google Messenger, and we'll sit there and just like rearrange our sentences doing this. One time we did it for like 10 minutes. We didn't talk. We're just sitting there just outdoing each other on Google Docs. It's just the two of us when we're supposed to be doing a show meeting. Whoops, I mean, James is nice and caring. Oh, you are really going for the jugular on me, aren't you? All right. Let's go ahead and wrap up. Let's show a few more things that you can do with Google as soon as I find my mouse cursor.
So for you guys, this is actually a document where both of us are in it at the same time. I'm in Escondido. James is in Indio. I totally forgot for a second. And what's cool is that you can do a collaborative document. So you can actually do a document like
both of us are on here.
Yeah, like a Word document, or you can do like an Excel style document. It's pretty cool. And it actually tells you who's typing it at the same time. So when James is typing, because it's my document, it doesn't say me because it's actually my document. But as James is doing it, it actually says his name. It says Elk Rack Traders is the person that's editing it. So it's kind of cool.
Absolutely. So we got one more thing to share for the show tonight.
Yeah.
Let me get it up right quick. Let me do a little thing here. All right. Working with the PowerPoint right quick to quickly organize some slides. So to kind of show just a quick recap, and actually not a recap, but a little bit of a recap, and show just a quick round robin of things that Google can do, or we like to say is responsible for. We happen to have screen share, boom. We happen to have a few memes that we'll pull up to show this. How is the sun reviewed on Google?
Hold on a second. Hold on.
What?
Look and see what Maya said.
I like to show because I'm always learning something new. Thank you, Maya. You're awesome.
Okay.
We love hearing that. We really do. Okay. Going back, we have, how was the sun reviewed on Google? 1 star. Here we go with that. And let me get rid of the little share icon over here. That's boring. What do you call medical students who graduated online? Google Docs. Don't you yawn laugh, because you were going to yawn and laugh at the same time. All right.
Man.
Why is Google like a submarine? The problems start when you open too many windows.
This is true.
Like a screen door on a submarine. Okay. Why was Google not available? They'd gone fishing with a PH. We're going to go with just a few more here, folks. What does Google use to buy things? Cash. C-A-C-H-E. Cash, like computer. Why did Google cross the road to get to the other site? All right.
Oh my gosh.
What do you get when you cross Google with a car? A search engine. Dun-dun-dun. Why couldn't, I like this one actually, why couldn't the boa constrictor use Google? It ate the mouse.
Of course.
And we're going to wrap this up. How does the fisherman use Google with his internet?
Oh, those are so funny.
Yeah, well, why did Google get out of prison? It pressed the escape key. And that is all we have right there.
Wow.
We look for Mousy to go over here, and boom. Okay.
Yes.
So that's our reminders. It is 11 o'clock. Shall we go ahead and get a slide up for next week's show?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, folks. Next week, obviously, I'll go ahead and admit we're going to pre-record it because Svea, I will be out of town. I'll be getting here for Koopa Days. Svea will be up at Stanford Powwow. And so we'll be recording, but we have a fun annual show. We always do that first Friday of May. Folks, we bring you, it is time. May the 4th be with you.
Yes, yes,
We're bringing back the Star Wars theme show.
Yes, 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 because we love Star Wars. It is so freaking awesome.
You like the way I got the scrolling action up there?
Yes, it's like the scrolling, like.
Yeah, May the 4th be with you with somebody accusing me of being anti-Star Wars bias. Look at the slide I did. Spent all this time.
Pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
A lot. Oh, so much time, so much work. I have no life. Okay. So, yes, we are coming back with lightsabers, lots of action. I'm going to be showing a new fridge we have that Miles is so damn techy. It might as well be an Imperial Star Destroyer. It's so big. I got to show you that after the show. It's trippy. Okay. So, you ready for more Star Wars fun? That means we have returning guests who are usually working in the background of the show. One, Baby Yoda, Grogu.
Yes. Yes.
And Jar Jar Pickles.
Yes.
You went yes. You're not usually going, oh hell no.
He's kind of like a thing that just happens now. There's no matter what I feel about it, he's always going to be there. So I might as well.
The last thing people see on the credits of the show, they see Jar Jar and then they go whoa 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 whoa. Well, they see Baby Yoda and then whoa 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 with Jar Jar. He's got the final word on every show. He's the executive producer.
Speaking of that, it's late.
It is late. All right, folks. This has been another episode of Late Night Crap Talk. Let me. I need to cue up the closing credits. If you want to say like a cool thing right quick while I do that.
So I'm so excited to see you guys. See you guys coming to Stanford Powwow. It's next weekend, Mother's Day weekend.
Yep. And if you're not going all the way to Stanford Powwow for the awesomeness, I've heard so many great things about Powwow. Look for us at Koopa Cultural Days, Saturday and Sunday of next weekend at Poly Indian Reservation up in northern San Diego County. With that, folks, this has been this week's episode of Late Night Crap Talk. Y'all awesome. We enjoy the heck of it. We're 2 years strong. Third year is going to be awesome. Just as awesome or even more awesomer. Right? Awesomer. All right. Good night, folks.
Thank you for watching.
Aw, ain't he cute? Good night, folks.